Hello, I'm Julie Moore, and in my upcoming webinar I'm going to be talking about teaching academic vocabulary. Now, I think if you ask most language learners what would they like to learn more of, vocabulary will often come somewhere high on their wish list. And that's not surprising, because vocabulary in the form of words and phrases can be seen as the tangible chunks of language that we can accumulate and build on to become more proficient users of the language. And I think as a teacher, teaching vocabulary can be very satisfying as well. There's nothing better than getting to the end of a class with a whole board covered in words and phrases that maybe have cropped up in a reading text or have come up in a discussion that you've brainstormed together with your students, explained, discussed and practiced. It feels like you've really achieved something. In an EAP class though, when you're teaching English for academic purposes, the focus is often very much on teaching academic skills. So your students need to be able to read long academic texts. They need to be able to write a well-structured essay, to write a thesis statement, to write references accurately. And somehow in amongst those competing demands, vocabulary often gets squeezed out. Now, in my webinar, I'm going to be talking about ways of putting vocabulary back into the EAP classroom. So I'll talk about ways of selecting what to focus on with your students, and also some practical ways of including vocabulary work in amongst other activities. So I hope you'll join me.